Hi everyone, it's Lucy from My Crazy Craft Life, and I'm here making a couple cards using Nuvo Gilding Flakes. I have the three colors, the gold, the copper, and the silver. And here I just am using some large stamps that I have, and I am using sticky embossing powder. It's called Julie Kim Sticky Embossing Powder. I did try this with regular embossing powder, and it does not work. It does not hold on to the gilding flakes, so it does have to be something that's sticky. I made a few backgrounds, and then I put the different embossing powders on there, and that's the one that I was using when I made just with the plain regular clear embossing powder. I had watched a couple of videos on the gilding flakes, and it talked about how flyaway they were, and they are definitely flyaway. I'm really glad that I decided to stick them in that bucket thing that I have there to make sure that they stayed in one place, because even inside of the bucket they fly around and they floated all over, and I ended up with them all over my craft room. I put all three colors together and I thought it came out with a really cool effect, but I think using just a single color would be kind of awesome too. I did not try that with this. Like I said, I was just stamping the stamps, using the sticky embossing powder, and then putting on the gilding flakes. And you kind of have to push them into what you're using to kind of get them stuck on there, I guess. And if you just take a kind of a bristly hard brush, not too hard because you don't want to completely scrape it off, but it can't be a super soft brush either. And you just kind of brush off all the excess pieces of the gilding flakes. And like I said, I just thought it gave it a really cool effect. I kept these cards pretty simple. I used kind of a flourish background, and then I used a sentiment stamp, a very large sentiment stamp that said, "Life is pretty amazing when you stop to look around you." And I just thought that was really cool. I used white and black. I made one of each background with the sentiment stamp, and I really liked the black with the gilding flakes. The white, I thought you kind of lost something with it. So with the sentiment portion of the stamp, I ended up using some distress inks to give it a darker background. So for the first one, I took the black card stock base, and then the white piece that had the flourish on there, and then the black card front with the sentiment on there. And then I just used some iridescent sequins that I have, and that is pretty much it. I kind of went back and forth, and I thought about maybe doing something else, but I really think that just kind of was perfect. You got a lot of shine with the gilding flakes, so I don't think that you needed a whole lot of other things with it. So this black background I used with the flourish is the one that I used just regular extra fine embossing powder, and it still looked cool with it, so I thought I would use that as the background. And then, like I said, I used some distress oxides. I used black soot and vintage photo, and I kind of brushed it over or blended it over the top of that sentiment, and then I cut it out. And then I used a card base that I have. I stuck a brownish colored card base. I used the black panel, and then the sentiment I stuck on top of there. And with this one I ended up using the Nuvo drops in Morning Dew, which ends up kind of picking up the background. And those are the two cards I made. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll see you soon.